What's up, guys? So in this video, I've been doing some thinking. You know, I've been into the fucking heavy tunes and death metal for a long time, and I've been asking this question, like, who's gonna be the next Morbid Angel, like a really influential band in that kind of occulty, satanic-ish, dark kind of shit, you know? I mean, there is so much promise. Like, I was a huge Morbid fan. I liked it all the way up to Gateways. Even that one with the techno-y shit, it had some songs like, I always like when bands try new shit, even if it's not exactly my cup of tea. The one before that, Heretic, I was already kind of getting bored of the standard shit, so it didn't bug me that they tried that kind of electronic sounding, even though some of it fell kind of flat. But yeah, man, I was a huge Morbid fan. I always loved the really occulty kind of think for yourself. It was like art, it was like philosophy, and there were some really promising bands after them that were coming along. Like, the biggest one for me was Fleshtised. You know, those guys were fucking wicked. Like, Here Among Thorns was, I still listen to that a lot. Internecine, Book of Lambs, and some fucking T-boner across the streets mowing his lawn. This will be a tester video to see how good these mics are, because some guy just started mowing his lawn, so whatever. You know, Centurion, the releases, you know, of Purest Fire all the way up fucking to Contra was like fucking just, it was awesome. But then, you know, I thought the scene was going strong with those three bands, was going to continue and kind of carry the torch from Morbid as they kind of, not fizzle out, but, you know, when a band gets to their fucking ninth and shit album, it does kind of, it wanes a little bit. But Fresh Blood, you know, I thought Fleshtised and Centurion and Internecine, like, I wish they would have put out about 5 more albums each, and they all kind of broke up or whatever. But nobody new has really filled that void. Like, you know, I know Trey's one of a kind, and Morbid was one of a kind, and I'm not saying sound exactly like them, but yeah, I've yet to hear some philosophical, occulty sounding band rock that weird kind of dreamy, weird, chaotic music. You know, it was just so neat, the riffs that Morbid created and that kind of flow. Like, that, even though it was aggressive and really fast, it was heavy, but it was kind of hypnotic. It had a weird kind of like liquid, fluid sort of sound. And, you know, I like Immolation and Deicide and all that shit, but that's kind of a different thing, even though, like, Immolation has some really smart lyrics about, like, you know, the kind of occulty, evil sort of shit. But Morbid Angel was kind of like more of a philosophy. You know, they're like modern day philosophers, metal philosophers, and I found that, you know, nothing really is compared since legacy-wise for them. And all the bands, like the ones I named before, like Fleshtised and Internecine and Centurion, they were fucking awesome, but they didn't have the super long runs because of breakups or whatever. And yeah, I want to know who the fucking next Morbid Angel is going to be. Like I said, not in terms of reproducing their sound, but in terms of intellectual philosophy and thinking for yourself and dark occult shit and just wicked music. And there hasn't been anything yet, so I'm hoping some shit like that comes out. If there is something I haven't heard, just leave the links in the comments, or fucking just tell me in the comments and I'll check it out. All right, peace.